Asempa FM Ekosiisen Asonyina tie sa platform media se unyana betna subia na Fabibroni Besie. It's a privilege and an honor. Na yamu be so part of the inception of this particular platform. Shasi Ache and so Shasi, and we thank you for maintaining that credibility when it comes to delivery of more program.
Let's do the radio program of the year 2023. The sponsor of this award is the Ghana Journalists Association, GJA. What radio program do you listen to? Is it the radio program of the year 2023? Ekosiisen Asempa FM.
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM.
And that's the radio program of the year 2023, Ekosiisen Asempa FM. Let's now do the 27th award for the night's radio program of the year 2020. The sponsor is the Ghana Journalists Association. Let's welcome the presenter of the award, none other, yours and mine, Mr. Athol Morning, the national president of the GJA. Please, a round of applause. The winner goes home with a memento, citation, and certificate. Ladies and gentlemen, the radio program of the year 2020 goes to Asempa FM Ekosiisen. Well, the host, I don't know who he has not interviewed yet. Congratulations to all of you, the entire team at Asempa FM's Ekosiisen. Congratulations to you for emerging the radio program of the year 2020.
The award for the political program of the year radio going to Ekosiisen of Asempa FM. Ekosiisen Asempa FM.
Political program of the year radio Ekosiisen. How did it end? And the host of the show, OB, steps up to pick the award.
Congratulations, Ekosiisen.
Well, I know that Asempa has gained a lot of experience. Asempa is one of the, not the forerunners, but in terms of coverage and listenership, you stand tall. The new FM stations that are coming into the arena are not calling on you to exit, them to survive. Is that what is happening? No. They are learning from you. They are learning under your feet. They are also trying as much as possible to find space. And, there's enough in the world for everybody. There's enough in the world for everybody. And so I think that those who are coming up, we definitely will encourage the injection of new blood. But you cannot also totally do away with the experience.
It's always a pleasure coming to Asempa where the truth is spoken.
That's na mefa kunya osu encha etifo nyina o muti Ekosiisen dwumadi no na Yiadom was because Asempa Asempa nyina so efi etifo and me gigi self Ghana fan nyina obi a radio eda a wuti na adwuma pa maye but be permisa amrenti me sama muni adwuma fo mpenifo nyina
yo ma me kan Ekosiisen ma muti nkwa na no enyonyam a yede ahtam adwuma pa mo ye ne award ma monya digidi pa se dance fe Ekosiisen Asempa monso Ghana ebi ma men kebeno mu pia mo ma kwadi titru sani amode akan kasa ye adwuma ebia wo de bia otiti ase na ansem bi tu kwan konenam America New York abonten taxi am fire na dipa kon otie Ekosiisen taxi no ebu eye me nwa na nso ni nyina aka ho bi na ya bom abaso amamon abonso body no Ewrade won stram na omwa amen here ewe ye nemi
that Ato, is it the same you? Is this Ato 14? Hey, Ato! Hey, forcing.
The Emma Maker Sane say the majority chief whip in Parliament is a lawyer ni Roxanne Nelson da Fiama. Pose wo name no.
Papa na mumia na show we omo you know appointment committee on.
Just do these observations and it keeps going up. Okay. Vantage points won't cry and say another a pantine traffic light now kwada na funachi aba consider the tube to and on the speaker esikano
na sa ne omugu so ye
omoboy asaponyom na nyom na omobo no emotional blackmailing ote jumna obi ese obomodi na me se chum fa wode ono mfi kaprekra chum ba omoboy wo ni pedua no so now hwe akra ne gira mo arade mo mu ano mo hwe ni pen se de osi ye tu didi out mi didi obani anka out say hey na we dey na esi say kura yi
emotional black
no me catch say I won't say I'm not because hey na obi get the tube mo bi otimi babegina ekwan ho
na the akwa sometimes they how they able to survive no it the akwa tube shene etimi did better for the whole day.
Now, tell me, see, you are supposed to be see. It's him who are bravo. This is the pants. Who do you have a check on a call, baby? Hey, Obi. Somebody who be not to cause say no boss, not commentators in them.
No, Cassava.
Where the was Suma? Don't come, Godia. On your main Shilano.
My master arts, no? Hey. Maza, almost as we have pictures be. Maza, pictures like no, the
traffic ni chia no omo di kan picture ba kese pa. It was a crowd radmo fan cheme. Na na phone a chia off crowd. Na de na yedi put tube so to no so fast no so be no. Omo ni o. Oh, ni say now see. Woman here, woman here. No.
Was it go on now?
Me na make a choice over beat me 2 times. Me na make a choice say me say panta dey na was and ready. I mean yi me sika ma me me ho. Me who time different boto mu. Because I kwani hwe me say hey we dey we di ni papa. Obi brese pe du kofi agodidi.
It's not her. And I'm not saying me who pictures send me Yiadom graduated from a KNUST.
Oh, Obi Bedwase.
Sana
mo asema eba ye na ama ye ntimi kan wa sem. We me third master you.
Hey, Poyando.
Me third one no. First one no, me banking and finance MBA.
And oh yeah was school.
KNUST.
Okay.
And I'm here logistics and supply chain management. And a recent one here, I'm a master's in public administration. The third one here, paper 5, I got 2.
Oh yeah, masters in qua 5.
Aye.
Now, Oje then was as so.
Obi, me perceive me the yard here. Me perceive me the yard here. What now? Na say, Oje na, mrene kwa na wa the wadri na confirm na wadri na say kiki ni ho kakra. Asa what now na adisiano. Use onya tisi adwuma mu a. E de ho no a there be one thing but uko school kakra na akoma wadri na kiki kakra. So me perceive me na.
Then the other na wonye PhD mum.
The PhD omuniska a doctor for the almost kwa. At the almost doctor Capri new on bottom. The almost
Asempa. You know the masters in our best work
no interest no kama. What you say?
Hello, good morning, Mr. Hello, good morning, Mr. Seku Nkrumah. Good morning, Mr. Seku Nkrumah.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you on air?
I'm listening to you.
We have to communicate. You use some communicate concerning you are against anybody who is trying to subject your father in line with the Dr. Kofi Abu Fabusia. Your take on that?
I don't understand what you are saying.
Hello?
I don't understand what you are saying, so please try and explain it properly.
What I mean is, I understand yesterday we make some pronouncement at SYZ FM concerning that Dr. Kofi Abdul-Fai wasn't a visionary person. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
We want you to tell us more about Dr. Kofi Abdul-Fai the vision.
I'm not too sure I understand what your question is, but if you are asking about what I said on Radio XYZ
and concerning Dr. Kofi Abdul-Fai,
it was simply a comment on
the comment you made. The comment you made concerning Dr. Kofi Abdul-Fai,
that he was a visionary, and so on. And I'm saying that I don't see how Dr. Buzia or Professor Buzia can be visionary when he stood against the vision of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Dr. Buzia took over the leadership of the UP after J.D. Dankwa.
Okay. But again, if someone may ask,
he had a vision of African unity, bringing Africans together so that our resources, we can all work to western or foreign interests that people like Dr. Buzia, which is totally unacceptable. It was during his time that other African nationals were sent away from Ghana, which again is unacceptable and not in the spirit, Pan-African spirit that Nkrumah introduced in Ghana and Africa. So on many
Mr. Nkrumah,
I think he cannot be described as man of vision.
We thank you.
Emra Shebedwani a wo Gatanga apoya batompesua so a wono anso so ne osofo abedi akira a wo ye aban lawyer pani Dr. Dominic Ayeni e de akwakopie mu e wo Accra High Court ni nyina ne say investment bank bi ani din ede Evron Hugis papa yi wodna tabri mu akwakogina court say ensem a owura Hugis akade afa no no aguna ni mu ase papa Ameri power di ne ho nsensem a MP Ayeni e kirem say ensem a owura Hugis kafa no no chese ni wiase abraba wo ba ye beboye papa di dakope ase ni nyina aguna ni mu ase na owura ye ni kirem a na owura Hugis ekogu na ni mu ase e wo Facebook so enu nti se owura Evron Hugis etimi kwatra Facebook kogu n'anim ase kwa kansan fa no ho dia Ghana no enye soja ban prenso ene yewo ensem a owura Evron Hugis trode fa no no High Court eni asem no no ma chechem senti a Evron Hugis ogu n'anim ase
I don't know about this high school. School never went. Me too. I want football. School never went. I want football. I don't quite separate, but the high school never went. I mean, I'm not talking about high school. I'm not going to say what you go to. It's time to my money that global. Uncle fine for cash fine for. That's a danger. I won't walk around before. Now, come on, Okolabia was school. My wood will be at now, the platform to be out. My wood will be out the platform to be out. My wood will be out the platform to now, come on, headmaster, one headmistress, one will be out. What matter? Minister, not put it on to the man in our home. We want to know. Is there some level? Dropping crime if I cried in the disease. There's a drama to the price. Let look as one who has a profile drop your possible. Says Gano Mote. And Tuba has almost again. Yeah, but almost the way I said, what change of school, they don't mean the new school be a mouth. Almost want to mean the new school be a my I go on a hammer. I bring my brother. We can't catch a bind on your days here because then you will swallow back and I will soon the other. Minister, I'm going to go school for free.
A finance minister only team in economic class now. And what shall I say? Finance minister, if that is the case, men fear beer.
And I said, you move try economy.
Omunina gum. Including finance minister. Omunina gum omoko. And what shall I say? Air company. I did again. It was one number setting up. We have easy the economy additional.
Yeah.
It's now one to a Korean Marco. Now, dear, now, who are Sika? Go and top up. And be in your business.
The minister need charmony. who was can no and the first class
was a cat in the panocrana or the honor Mutukan. What cat it? Doctor to forcing. If that is the case, yes, so no matter below my remove. Umber one assist because of economy. Umber one assist comfort. Listen, no, someone they be a dog to cry Busumi trade, Busumi to 3 times. Now the business quite. Who in the Ghana?
British Airways business. What came 80,000 or 100,000. In the work about 100 to 1 billion. According to 1 billion, 6,000. Oh, now only the business class of man. What pay book papa be broken. Why we be out that
Shankro Mosa. Now that me should be. Now them got run Jabamuni Paco to me. I don't know try. You will be any tio. Ampa obetimia yawade. But let's now begin to think of Ghana. So let's now be about you know I we don't come from that was immediately we come from back when they excuse me, says everything okay? I'm so beside everything okay. I didn't be a baby or GB. You see why I say hata only or see I know what Mrs. Step. I'm so missing. Uko conference and you it's what I say. Always the minister I text him this year as well. Money thing. Yeah. I was in a non phobia friend who says, or no, my shaping. It is when we are moving. Minka, why? As a buffet is a breach of the trust. I do the Minka. But the young crowd, Miss Michael, check Dominic Nima that pain. I'm an if you meet them, okay. Sir, oh, the Jamakobi. That can be put down a good form. Double do. As ye, with ye. I have to be troubled if you get over the gap. Oh, I didn't know. No, you're going to doctors in Brabby because it was down one Jinamusano.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM 94.7.
Enti mama yenina so obia yena so kana benya koso kana betumpono
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM 94.7.
Safa pelisiza sinyama Iwasafa Isiza saba Kavula mo Anichaleni ko Kelise Mwenye wa modo Safa pelisiza sinyama Iwasafa Isiza saba Kavula mo Anichaleni ko Kelise
Asempa FM. Ekosiisen on Asempa FM 94.7.
Me nakan ne toso ensomu ene ye wa fimpinu ene aduonu enum ye 7th November 2025 ene obade no ede adom ye abusia so afidie da ha awie ye ha ya Asempa 94.7 FM so ebra so se enako ye fiada ye de Ekosiise dwumadie ebrewo eti free sabri ye kopim se no nsia ebebo apamu no se wafidie eda ha se ya eye Ekosiise dwumadie ena ye de ebrewo ma wafidie no enaha enen nsemo akoso na watwi omai Ghana mu ne eguso ekoso ene yede ebrewo eti yede ani bekyeremu wasante mantem abrehusemo a enkenyinyamia kenra nkasemo a yete ye enkenye de sa galamse yetu nsasemu sade ne ennamra kwaso mu hawo no abusua enra nkanyame nko anka multimedia adwumakuo yi yensentwefo mako yensa ensentwefo ahodo from various media houses awo kam ya no mo ne mpanimfo a Environmental Protection Agency wo mo eko aprobo ewo Asante Mantem Sawushe EP adwuma this week oye wadwen so obeya Professor Nana Kluche Brown wani ne mpanimfo ayo ne se wo kwa Asante Mantem ya ahodo a nipa bi eda so etone niema etimi ebuwa ma omanfo etu nsasemu sade ne namra kwanso edi omanfo ma otumi ye illegal mining in the Ashanti region etu hwe ba bi omo hyase free ye na wotwe ya anwan kwanta omukodu ho no mo na se China fo yi bi shamfine ne niema yese ma ye nton bi o me bi kura magana mayimu no warehouses akesia bebre na chese o ma pack niema no ewo mu a omo no sese amanfo kasanti na se o ma tumudin ya yedin kosi se niema mu yedin a na o ma san agum na o mo ton ho no mo kɔ hɔ kɔchi nipa bi ewo hɔ eti enrei so empanimfo namu oboase ne mpotamu ne miaya hodo o mo kɔye ena nsentwefo eka ho kaya wotimuo no Bengazi wo video no ewo hɔ no mo a na wode atuma maye se wo hwɛ sene kaya nsentwefo no etimu eye Bengazi check your sound no emame wo hwɛ sene kaya nsentwefo no etimu sene ka no eye na kyese nyame nko a enti abusua ena yesi adwai ensase mu sade etuo ne namra kwaso edi yenya because aye no eniema efrimu ba ensunsanso efrimu eba no afiye mu woka ene obi beka cho so nemfa mu eso nipa mpanimfo mako nwotwe asoafo ka ho omeya sojafo akukudam nan ka ho wo kɔ boase akɔhwa mas kwanye betumi afaso cooperative mining ho nhyehyɛ yetumi akɔye ene no yɛte sɛ wiemhyɛn a omutimu wiemhyɛn no da butu yɛma nipa nwotwe mpanimfo nwotwe efrimu mese enura senkenye nyame a because wo hwɛ ka no a obimreku ane nana ya ojima ni oji mutim se ne ka no asia ye no a na se nyame ene domo nyame pa ne domo nkanra nka ye nte Asempa ni nyina galamse no ho na wutie ne Professor Nana Kluche Brown wadi atudwa no a wo se America na omudi ne babi omokofa ya akwanhia ni si ye nyina no na ye because se omu dwane afiri wo mo a eye illegal mining omokoto wo mo na omo hyase se omo pa wo mabo no omu dwane afiri omo nsem ene omo de be hia asa akwanhia we eti wo a wo hwe live wo Facebook and say YouTube Asempa 94.7 FM no wo ba wo behu enura akwanhia esi ye enura chese esa illegal mining ya ho ye kohwe kwan ye befa so atu ase ensentwefo ni EPFo ekoye kaya na wotimuo sene ye ka na si aye no en ye de atumu live wo Asempa 94.7 FM Facebook and YouTube na abusia wadwen kire Facebook YouTube hono mo abetumi adibi ato hono mo na Facebook no like no wa share YouTube dey also subscribe abusia ne YouTube and ye de adwuma Facebook momfa enche ye and the YouTube and ye de adwuma ti uba Asempa 94.7 FM YouTube no subscribe da bi e ba beti enka e wo no na de wadwenche so ato ho no mo amaye na nyankopon e na ye danase nyankopon pa na ye danase because ensentwefo aye kan sentwefo me ensa multimedia ensentwefo me ensen so fa na ya ojima adwuma na ya ojima eye na wo be fa obimreku meka se enne se wo fa Enhira FM reports aye beye e dia bankran ha sei se news aye beye wo Enhira FM bibi obimreku netimu eti nyankopon ene ye danase se yanti achenka bone na ne Ghana Journalists Association wonmu a branch here wa Ashanti region empenfo eden krata ba ya chesa kwanhie si ye ne womu omso ede wode atwidwa afiri na se yanhwe obia nyana famu de enu nti ne toda se ensentweni wuntumi nkase medie emfame ho ne ekoso ewo mayimu bia da no efa nipa ho nipa dasani efa ye ho se wo ye journalist se wo ye police ni se wo ye a politician adwuma bia wo ye se wo te wo mayimu nko ade bibia ni ho no mo ekoso wo mayimu a obetumi aka se medie emfame ho media emfame ho nti etoda na se yete ha ni ani abre ni e kasa illegal mining yasem na obi de na wo gina ha no gina ha wo se ye kan because ne ye ba ye no ensentweni na wodi achi no wankoye illegal mining ni bio okose wo kwa report ene ye cameraman na wodi achi oji yese ne nanu mabuse pen ni dompe ni nine ne sere efri ne sere ekono emu abupe sei pen ye dina twumrika de ni koji akwa ye surgery ewo ho no mu awie sabri ya make say doctor say gina ne so ewo Asante mantem ye reporter cameraman a odi achi say yen kohwe na yemoa na illegal mining yentu ase de wono wakonya no kwamu ne say ne nine ne sere abu pen eti si obetumi agina ne naso se me nante bio ana mintumi nante no akwanhia no na da ho no mo obimreku wonne se wuhu nanimu a o chense ne wabo boxing sane nanim asia honhono pa enura ne yesiye no enti ofa wo bibia da ho nsentweni e fa ho wo politician because ene hina abefa galamse ne nka yen ne ye die mu ne ye numu ye dwuma ye mu enieme wose ye digu akwan mu ne yetumi edi tu ase eno ne ye hwe animu se ye betumi aye eno ene ye hwe animu obia expectation ene e wo Ghana ne se enka yentumi mfantoto yenwu akwan mu a saa illegal mining no ye betumi atu ase ye nkasa ye tete so ye tu ase because say wo hwe nipa no a omo ye saa illegal mining no ahoodin bi omanya eya na enwonwa onu a oya ade no a enya no wanya ahoodin foforo bi say wonu a enka wunim say media me kohwe na waye the right thing no wo kwa wo momu suro because onu no a oya ade enye oye illegal mining no waye so equip say okitatuo okitasekan okitabibia eti se soja ni ba wonsuro police ni ba wonsuro task force ba wonsuro eti baby adru no se empanimfo anhwe na kwan se sei aboa no wo so pa aboa na bonituo ana aboa ne se onyina no watumi abonituo no eti so kwan be na abetumi afa so a wobenya no eno ne strategy foforo e wo se ba because ye kasa ye ko the old ways no kwan ye fa so eye ye niema no saa ne be ye no a minyin ni say illegal mining ne ye betumi atu ase o because ye nsem bi a ye ka ye niyo bi a ye no ahye nipa no a wo ye ni kutupa amma nipa no atumi anya kokuduro bi a wa wodwene ho a wonti ase na wo ye illegal mining na se EPA for no aba ho no mo na se o mabeka yesi masensa nkrata o mo ba ye nyo se o manchi obia o ni o mo ye ne se monsan nkrata ba bia matutu no sa excavator we yesi wonom no monfanya reclamation monfantuatua amna no amatutu no hasei no musi kwan so mo ba na abuo di o machi gegra ye pa wo mabo eti o musuro se da bi ne ekosoe se ye kasa ye fa kwan we so a anhwe ya na o maba be hia ye kwan mu eti ye nkofa ba bi foforo o mu dimirika kikikiki eni akwanhia no eda ho eti abusua baby aduru no obia ne esese wo ye wafamu die bia da esese wo ye no na waye na de aboa bi ye de ani bechemu wasante mantemu awia we Ekosiise dwumadie mu na yakohwe ye reporters na meka wasem no omoda so gu hospital ho no mo free enra no omoda so wo hospital ho EPA workers ni bi eka ho sada so na ensentrefo no enye multimedia ensentrefo nko from other media houses ebi so ka ho ye nya ne ntia TV3 reporter ka ho channel 1 reporter ka ho obi mreku ewom se hospital mpaso no da so ye gusua ne kasa eti awie se ye nya se bi a doctors gina ne so na ye nsa ka obi mreku a Ekosiise dwumadie so ye ne betwetwe nkomo na ya hwe se awie ne ho eye na ya agima ya che se ono kra de nra ono mogya mpie nti na onim so obi ebia ne ho ye gidigidi wo ye adwuma ese enne wie no o hwese ne enema city a na ese enema enyade ese enema eye etimpanifo ehwe no watumi asomu eti yebekwa santimantem na ne efi ho eba ye de atoa so amamo Abusiana watchi so mrashe bedwani mo manfo yo wo ewutu senye Easter battle empesa so onimonyamfo Phyllis na koyo ene ohwe ne course from the constituency hono mo a na chese Alhaji Munchaka Mubarak interior minister nsemo a wode atu dwase before ye beto aba ewo mayimu da ye to aba ye ten ye course from ewutu senye East sabre mrashe bedwani a no wo no mo onimonyamfo Phyllis koyo sabre wo de betu dwase chese ye dinani tata ne dendenden wo constituency wo ono abo hawakum se ne dom ha na interior minister say ya to aba no awie wo se yetumi hwehwem incidents ahoro ye ekoso during the elections no wo se yetumi ehu na ye si ano kwai ye frem na hyebedwani a wo se an me anam ka ye mbo bibia nsi na emahye bedwani no nura wa be press conference so wanka ne sa o se nye saa no kan no eti se ne wo sika no ne ne wo mu nyina no nura press conference no megidi se etiefo ne ahwefo a etie ye hwe ye bia no emu ensam nyina ewo mu bi abusuansem bebre ka we ho ena ne yede eba ye ka galamse ni ne frimu eba no wonim se sa jeta eno so nenam kwamu brofedu obo asempotemu ho no mo a brehosemu Ekosi ye mpanimfo nwotwe ye ofrimu mpanimfo yes wo ye nhwehwemu ensunsuanso ben ena aba ensunsuanso ben ena aba eno so ewo se yetimu ensem abusia dia sedabe ma 2074 ye ka 2074 abwei ene aduru a ene ebua obi bia da wo ye adwumaden na wo mpese kakra bia ene wo yare kyena wa ba adwumade kyena yare ade kyena wa ba adwuma saa utumba ko no wa baba ko wo yesa hwe ye be yiwadi eti ne obeya ne se aduru ye frɛ ne se 2074 ya sheda ye ne kama so aye bibia ma FDA e de won stamp asi so chese duro ye duro a wonomo a se ye catch us stomach ulcer na ha wo ye catch us yade ye friend se kwankro ye catch us wo mpese da bia yade bebobo rofrofa 2074 no wagibia no ko ba bia eto ne duro bia na bodi no 2074 abushia no ase ye yi ne ba kom ye no duduo bia wuhia bia ye beyi ede amam ye wo Royal Kingdom Estates anne wadawroma obi nkase me twanya na bia me boabo sika na no wie na afe na me kopa asase na afe na me kosi dada bi sese ani bia aba ne se Royal Kingdom Estates. Royal Kingdom Estates. Wada Roma wa me hu se asase na wuhia na ye kasa litigation freelancer. Ensase a chese manson ni ho. Edan a yesi awie na materials a ye de asie no. Yemfa inferior goods bia na ye adwuma. Se ye cement akom. Se ye kasa ye totals a ya to ato the year. Se locks se ye de toto wo dan no mu a. Enya locks a wo so mu a na chese wo pono no nsa kita wo. Quality niema na ye de esisi adan no. Eti se ye Royal Kingdom Estates what dan ni bi na se wo to a. Eti se ne bo anka se ugina ho ne esi dan na ma wo. Se ye monsa se so na meka kire wo se eno no manso bi ani ho. Bronya na eba no ebi a obeba Ghana. Ye nuanom ne ye maame mo ye papa mo awo amnone. So obeba Ghana sa biri no wo dan wunsim ye ya enkotena busuani bi fie mi enkotwa wada pa anya sai na broche nkura wote wontimi nya hwe oba me nchen wote and the Royal Kingdom Estates Adaroma ye wo adan ni bi wo ho no mo a ye de rent shop period e bia bedi be 1 month 2 months a wo betimi akwa rent wo apartments ni bi na wo timende ye ne wo pe na wo ye wo ho enjoyment ni wo pe na wo ye wo ho 82 months no atua deposit na to ho ebo no so eni suru bia na say yatumi ama wo ba bi atena eye flexible payment say ye wo afie ni bi na wo hi o say ye de yo Royal Kingdom Estates onye ni peke nkran say sika ni nyina mo ano a ye mfa ma abusua ne ye ne say ye mawa nkasa wutua wo ho dwo adan no affordable na nsane maka che wo no so no ba bi a opese obeje wa home bosome mienu so abetena no ya finish mu kama oba bibia wo ho no ye wo bag wo bag ne so na ade ba na chese wa be hye hokude obi kura enhu se wa bagana obi enhu se wa ba obe yuti na ye se wo kwa no abusua se wo hwehwe Royal Kingdom Estates mpanimfo akira kwaya owo cantonment One Soul Clinic International School no NAD and Soul Clinic International School Cantonment na Royal Kingdom Estates and wodi animhwe so person impeding for etwetwen komo na say email wo a wo de babia wo bia no pese email na de adwuma soul@royalkingdomestates.com soul@royalkingdomestates.com na sem komo twetwen no ekoso abusua na so betumi afre won wo 055 7555909 055755909 and as a 0272778880 freya na chese edem penifo ene wo twetwen komo se wonche ya fidelity sika boom no ya da so ginam na sika no ya de manu boom ti so wote se ya ka fidelity sika boom promo no a enya gro ene yedie eye faketwa bedi kese agudie ne ani wudie faketwa bedi kese agudie ne ani wudie bronya achede no benya ne nso ne wa nkasa de wadwen betena se no wahwa yen kakran na eda botomu no enti se ne obi ede ma wo eti abusua se ka fidelity sika boom promo no a ya reload ni ede ba ya reload en ede ba ya wo be ye nie wo de for 500 Ghana cedis 35 million and 500 Ghana cedis 2000 kra 500 Ghana cedis and you say wo de fa kokoto ho wo save fa kokoto ho busumi bia ebribia wo benya bia na so de kakra koto wo de kakra koto wani beba wo ho so no na sika wa wen ye 100,000 Ghana cedis na promo no aye no dem nti dam se fa keto abeji kese no wo de 500 Ghana cedis e kwa akwaje say 100,000 Ghana cedis wo mpe we ye de ania na pe eti se wo mie wo account wo ni account bia e wo Fidelity Banker kona kobie na fa 500 Ghana cedis no tum na unya di tum se krodom na se promo no aye no akrade no aye to no do ho ahyemu a ne sa Fidelity sika boom promo enele teche den na sa adwumade ye de ebrewo ne e ka obapa product na Christmas ye no a ne wo mu emu a wodi bedi bronya no emu afri sabri ko bia wo bedie no ye wo obapa rice wo honum na obapa rice no uhu a utim se difference wo mu difference wo ene the others no mu obapa rice no send ye sitie no se wonu a wo send ye sitie ena se dia na apese odi obapa rice ye wa ye no sonko ne ye wo obapa products nyina ho ne se omo baby ombekwa akofa bo niema bia no kwa quality no wo hwe first wo hwe quality no first enye se me di dudu owure bia e ba o we dia ombeto efo ombeto ena ne enwanwa ne se omo de quality products e badwa so no price no so ya affordable It is a obapa tomato paste. Anase a small sardine. Anase a Africa cream mackerel. Anase a obapa fufu powder ni bi. Abusia dia na wo hia udu hodom wa wunya bi. Provisions dia se uko dwempa na wo pe provisions se nuane enema yede ye nuane mackerel yede ye aduane. Wo de mackerel no ewo dwem bebre nanso no wo mi ade bi ya me pese me sohwe. Etu betumi ato mackerel na wodwa so no to bi na hwe na to Africa queen mackerel so na hwe Africa queen mackerel no se wo bie so na ye wadwen so me kan bi ahwe wa hwe abedi no ro enu nti na utimi twi mako wato dok no twi mako na watu Africa queen mackerel gu so na wo sene no ena ye wo mackerel no so bi wo ho no mo a wo bie so na de bi kan wano na nka agya enyan pa wuntumi ni no ro but African queen mackerel there oh bibia wo de ye bibia wo de ye wo de ye nkwan ye wo de ye jollof ye ena so so be di no raw so a eno so ededa na kwa mu abusua kodwa so a no wabisa provision shop bia no obapa products no benya ni nyina bi ato ewo ho wo abi ni wo shop mu no Christmas e be ye bisa na bi ni ho no mo a woton mi ni bi eti frɛ 0302 668357 0302 668357 ofre ya ye beje so dodo obi awuhia no ye de bebre wo kama enkwada no wo sukuu mu ebi so kora nko ya fei na ebi ekro eti wo ye obufo wo ye obatan na wo ma no ekɔ sukuu a abusuan se brano Ecobank Ghana edi Ecobank back to school promo eba eti Ecobank back to school no edu honomo wo hia sika kakra betumi aboa ma wo ba no okɔ school fresh sa na wom se ebeka cho so e free nanso ye wo niema bi wo honomo a e must ye wo se a parent wo ye ma akwada no eti edu honom na wo ho nso a saa bre na se wo ni Ecobank Ghana ena hwibomu a na se wugina yie ankasa ye babia wugina yie okwa kakra ben na wuhia eye obani school hu asem Ecobank Ghana ye krado se ye wo enhyehyeye ye no obeye kama na se bra wuni anidaso no anidaso na Ecobank Ghana ye de ebre wo Sintes Ghana daroma eka Sintes a ene tanka yedi nsuo gum Sintes ba ya omanfo hu se se tank ni bi wo hono mo a se ne yesi aye no rubber no a ya na ne de aye tank no we ya man mu ayedu ya mamu ayedu ya memu sote eti no se ye Sintes tanka ede na wode ye wodi nsuo gum aye wadwuma bi wo pese Ghana water fo bie won nsuo no a ebi begum ema wo Sintes tank de me se efri abrosa so ebebo fom no wafa wade tanks ni bi wo hono mu a wodi ye pagya kora de asisoro na GC form say gengran wo mfa bio eti se wo ton 10,000 a waboka wo ton 5,000 a waboka nemum Sintes tank de ebusia waya memu ayedu enye dudu se du fochi ya wuntumi mpagya dudu se ya mana ye papa na abusuani Sintes dia bakra na chesesesei no ede enkomo no ayede Syntax Ghana say won hihye ye odi aba ne say communities mako dunum 15 communities na ye ma wonsuo mo a mo won kran ya say ya wobeti na ye mie pipe no na ye sori ahomache kura ye nyansuo ni bi mo hawo no meso me Syntax Ghana's empanimfo say communities mako 15 ye mamusuo eti wo a wache enkra yi a ye de ema no ye hia ne se Syntax empanimfo wo ne wo betwetwe nkomo free water give water no a ye de man give away water no a ye de man no a free water giveaway na Syntax Ghana ede ema no an se fra edu ho no mu a esi nsuo ni bejo de nsuo ni bebubi ye de tank na besi ho no mu bunia wo pe budodo a wo pe ntua kapre ntua wangana kura ewo mu Abusia Franco Trading Enterprise seta yechi Franco Trading Enterprise CCTV cameras in Century and say ye pa nyagro ene ya Santi Achima gompotemu hono mu ne yese obatan bi ne ba almost a week old baby, a week and 4 days. Chese wakodu hospital will be in chen so mi mu medro nso aba oda ne ho a oba ne de ne ba ne dwane ye CCTV camera ye a war hospital one na aboa mo matumi identify say your bani nie wo fa ne say your mugu so hwehwe no eti na me see institution biada wo workplace ya wo wan kasa wo private resident bia wo no e wo CCTV camera de e manempa wo talk na man wo de ka so na me wo dog na me wo wild dog na me wo den the dog will be there but when say edu pa say obi abebo okro no wo kwo wo hwehwe no kanama ntimi fa nkoni fie kanama wanye CCTV camera eti say CCTV camera original one quality one na wuhia Franco Trading Enterprise said be abagana Papa Franco so the onim said niema wo krade ba Ghana say ye TV say ye air conditioner say ye mobile phones say ye nim fitete say ye tabletop fridges ni nyina papa and what aba one branches no so watwa pete e wo my Ghana mu enkan ha say wudu adabraka dan ya ne Roxy cinema dia nim hwe no a on headquarters no eho na ewo na wo ba tipton lane kran ha say so a Franco Trading Enterprise say wo hono mo a wonne ma ne wuhia bia won sabetumi aka echi de duro wo my Ghana mu say ya bibiduro pa de edi na bi nka ho tabia heba mixture o mu kura e wa brochire kura be ka say nura bu ho no se etoda na nipa ne hunam ne tutunu o se ohia chi de duro pa o se o tabia heba mixture na ne tabia adawroma watu ba ko watu mienu ya de tabia takum abeka ho tabia takum ya de abeka ho eno no eye memedru sew be ma ye wadwen se tabia heba center wonro no benum bia wodie wom ye baako eno ene tabia takum eno wonomu a enya duru a obehwe ne ye de nsa frafra wo mpensa na ada akwonsa ni da bi tabia takum no ensa bia nka ho yemfa poho bia mtum eyewo ene ye de aye 100% organic ene ye de ema ene no so achi immune booster baako so a aba ye fi tabia heba center eye tabia zone care we ene adura ene wono mu a e boost immune system nti yade bi etwamu a enkrawo wa kakra bi na wo yamu atim so wo de ye tabia heba capsule na wanum bi ebeboa wo pe bi atu akoton abefre 024 3686861 ana 024 5749 so fra ye bejo so na ye di bi aba Abusia adepa promo no edaso a yenwie edaso ejinamu etidie na apesa woto bosome ye womu ye kro se woto adepa ade no esai adepa na adepa promo no so pesa ode ho ehyemu a abusia Infinix Hot 60 series no hia bia ye be ma wo eniema wo hia nyina yesi adepa promo no ye jinamu bibia wuto bia no so abusia hyehyɛ kra adepa ye ya akono na efe ne se woniema no se woni won eye nhyehyɛ na apese o metua ne kakra ni nyina yetumi ema wo ye adepa promo no nhyehyɛ kakra wo ho na nso ugina wo mudiem di no kra dia ene promo ayeye wo ka ho Mr. Fred 05440195552 and as a 05940912122 ofra nchemu aka bia no empanimfo ede bema masba ya daroma ni opese ohia bia ni ohia bia se emoa wo odada brabomu dada ntutuye mu no ene adepa promo no ejinamu a yede ema wo enko awieye yenwieye yeda so a ede eye adwuma den Abusia ye can full latest form ama wawie ye can latest form a mattress a ye da soe no se ubetumi ada obi wo honom na ade echi na oka me de menye obi a metumi da o me de me ye light sleeper o no de brofo hihye me ye light sleeper o me ye deep sleeper o se ye be count ni akan waka deep sleepers ho a latest form na abeda so enye na woda bruso eda chese woda enye na ne na ebiso obi wo no ade echi a asa ya bo no obi wo no ade echi a asa afenu okoda obi wo ho ade echi a wasode a wahu nanimu no obi ka cho se wada asode a wunyini ni nyina ne se foam na se mattress a woda so no etese buo na ada so ebiso wo no a ochi ahoto so anu akohye mfimfini na efa ne fa na ahye mfimfini na se mattress a woda so no enye papa abusia ye kan latest foam a enye nasem almost 56 years ago and wagina wona so a na ebere so adani ntino enekura de wada wo ho ye de nkonwa beka ho empa no so wo hono mo empa esa ye nkonwa ni nyina latest foam adaroma wa me hu bi wo man Ghana mu etoda no obi wo hono na da bia wo buafu anhwehwe mu kire se obi a wonna yie bia kakra bia na ne buafu wonna yie kakra bia obi wo no mo boni din kura ni se na obesi ayi na nim ahwehwe kura utim se nipa no na mo atoroto dada se woda mattress papa so a chese ema mood no kura no stress level na etiso ma wo eti abusuya se eye mattress abeda so a latest foam wodi ewunim ba bi omo wo kura ni industrial area he ya da bm twam wo manim hono konwa na ahia benya bi se mattress a wo beda so se ye mattress share ni nyina benya bi e wo hono latest foam se wa bra bomu yonko de eno a ne wo Sika san na kita wo. Wopese sika no ewo. Wopese sika no enyini. Ebusua Blue Financial Services Ghana Limited. Blue Financial Services Ghana Limited say ye mama finshia pane na mwase. Se enchemu e ba ye no mate ase magye atom. Eti ye say nie wode abani. Se wopese sika na ade siesie. Fixed deposit na apese oye. Anase nhyehyɛ ye be na apese wo ne wo ye. Usika no da ho no ma rate ye de ma won hyehyɛ ye bo ho no ma usika no wo onse toda ye nya adwuma bebre o e ya adwen wanhwɛ ye ade wedie no betwa so a be wiase na nya ataku na mom sa adwen ne ye adwuma body no relax sa adwen no ye adwuma body no relax fatu tim adwen no say ye adwuma body no mre bebre sa eti abusua Blue Financial Services Ghana Limited say e ho na adu sika no beto ho no mo a ewo eti wo a say udwa na wudi o say ye business company bio mo pe ba bi diska na sie ye be wo investment abe no wa ye ni Blue Financial Services Ghana Limited 030396819 to frɛ ye bejo so abusua ye content say na watwi ye nyina ye beka ye a abeto dwa se SML ye ka SML a wo de nkyeremu ni nyina na eba no contractor no ne Ghana aban wo no Ghana aban si ye twam na nkyeremu aba bebre omo so chese na omo explanation ye omo de ema eti press conference a SML mpanimfo ye no ye content na ye de atum press center na omo wo press conference no efi ho ba eti tie wei press conference a ekoso yewie ya yebeto aso ekosise adwumadie sunie Asempa 94.7 FM medin ade akua Boakyewaa Yiadom frami ABY Mejo so producer Sebo Michidom Dominic Kisiye bo Akwa Jackson Osentia Moaben Digazi Joel Omanyene Kwabna Santene Philip Oseibo so Ebo Michidom yankomra sisia.
We provided documentary evidence to each and every paragraph and elaborated on the true and accurate picture of the GRA Ministry of Finance SML contract. We are confident that a review of the documents presented to the President and the AG would help them appreciate the matters and form a fair and independent opinion on the termination directive. Our goal today with you, the press, is not rhetoric, but also to provide clarity and evidence. Please note that we are here to provide you with evidence. Given the extreme, deliberate misinformation in the guise of investigation, and then also distortion and political coloration by the OSP of the facts concerning SML's operations, ownership, and institutional collaborations. We also seek to set the record straight based on official documentation from the Ghana Revenue Authority, the National Petroleum Authority, the Ghana Standards Authority, the Ministry of Finance itself, and other statutory institutions. Now, you see, the OSP is a fact-finding institution. Its mandate, we all know, is to investigate alleged corruption and corruption-related matters, and to present its findings and evidence before a court of competent jurisdiction for adjudication. That's simply what it is. So, you cannot turn yourself into a judge. And that's exactly what OSP has done. And within its remit, it has sought to denounce individuals and, made it look like wrongdoing has happened even before it heads to court. That is what we are seeking to correct. We are here to respond directly to the OSP. As for what we have sent to the presidency, we expect that the presidency will take their time look at the evidences that we have, the evidence that we have provided, and take a second look at the termination directive. Well, as for our clients, the SML, well, if government chooses to terminate, all we just do is, our investment overlay is what government will have to pay us. Okay? If somebody wants their job, the person can, go ahead and take the job, but then they shouldn't seek to tarnish the image of SML in the quest of taking that job. That is what we are definitely not going to allow. So, in direct response to the OSP, please, and we are here to respond directly to relevant portions. All the other things that he said that we deem not relevant, we will not respond to them. Now, in the OSP's press release, and their press actually, it was filled with insinuations, speculative remarks, innuendos, assumptions, and veiled accusations, rather than presenting clear facts and evidence to the Ghanaian people. Now, the relevant aspect of AOSP's report that merits a response is one, the SML was incorporated under a patronage model, even though it did not have previous experience in that area. Two, that the former finance minister, Mr. Ken Oforiatta, allegedly cooked the deal for SML. Three, that SML did not provide any service or services to GRA that would justify the payment it received. Four, that SML operated in isolation and without institutional coordination. That number five, SML's role became redundant after the introduction of ICOMS. And lastly, that the contract between SML and the government of Ghana required parliamentary approval. We deemed that all the plenty talk he did last week, these are the only relevant things that we will respond to. Now, I'll just give you a bit of the background to SML. Now, Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited is a wholly Ghanaian company dedicated to supporting the state in improving transparency, accuracy, and accountability in public revenue administration. SML has from its inception operated under full regulatory visibility, technical validation, and ministerial oversight. We shall demonstrate to you that our client and its operations have been lawful, technically sound, and nationally beneficial, and that the claims of impropriety or underperformance are inconsistent with the verified evidence provided by state agencies themselves. Now, the incorporation matters. Now, the OSP's assertion that Mr. Evans Edusei, the founder of Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, was a proxy used for political patronage or illicit enrichment lacks factual and evidentiary foundation. The claim ignores verifiable documentation and business records demonstrating that Mr. Edusei is an independent and a long-established Ghanaian entrepreneur with a proven track record across multiple industries. Now, contrary to the OSP's insinuations, the establishment of SML in 2017 was a natural diversification step by the businessman with decades of experience in logistics, trade, and industrial systems. His credibility, capital base, and operational history backed by existing entities such as Evans Timbers Limited and Evertex Logistics Limited predates his engagement in technology-driven revenue assurance space. this is somebody who has been doing so well. He's a self-made person, way before, the formation of SML. Mr. Edusei began his entrepreneurial career as a bulk importer of used clothes from Europe and the United States between 1988. You see, you are shocked. 1988. You see, you are shocked. And 2002. He later transitioned into timber processing and afforestation from 1995 to date. From 1995 to date. Mr. Evans Timbers is a free zones registered enterprise engaged in timber processing and export of finished woods products to Europe, Canada, USA, and Asia. His company, Evans Timbers, not only processes, it doesn't just process, but also finishes and exports its own products, reflecting vertical integration and industrial compliance. As a pioneer in afforestation, Mr. Edusei is documented among the few large-scale private contributors to forest regeneration programs. You can check it. You can fact-check what I'm saying right now. That Edusei owns perhaps the biggest teak plantation in Ghana. In 2003, Mr. Edusei established Evertex Logistics Company Limited. It's a company specializing in mining support services, heavy equipment supply, and stockpiling operations. The company supplied major multinational firms such as WBHO, South Africa, Newmont Ghana Limited, Goldfields Ghana Limited, and Anglo Gold Ashanti, demonstrating its established industrial and logistical footprints long before SML creation. You see somebody like this was used as political patronage. It's sad. We don't do this to ourselves. There is no evidence of political sponsorship, procurement influence, or financial impropriety linked to Mr. Edusei. You can check. If anybody has anything like that, let us know. His business profile, long-standing commercial reputation, and proven competence is regulated in regulated sectors refute any notion of political fronting. Mr. Edusei is a self-made industrialist whose integrity, business independence, and professional legacy render the OSP's claim unsubstantiated and contrary to the factual record. Now, how did he form SML in the first place? Now, the need for SML's contribution in revenue assurance was necessitated by Mr. Edusei's reading of the Auditor General's report between 2012 and 2016. So if somebody says that there is no need, please just refer the person to the Auditor General's report from 2012 to 2016. The need assessment were done there. The need for the service that Mr. Edusei rendered the country is in there. And all these reports were laid in Parliament. You can fact check that. Of course, we all know that all these reports annually goes to Parliament. Check them out and see whether the need wasn't there. The reports documented extensive control failures within the GRA Customs Division, missing declarations, undervaluations, forged exemptions, and unenforced bonds, costing the state over 1.67 billion in revenue losses. Given Mr. Edusei's credentials as enumerated, it is clear that this is not someone who could easily be used by Mr. Ken Oforiatta to establish SML in the manner alleged by the OSP. And therefore, SML's establishment was there. It is a policy-driven corrective measure by Mr. Edusei. Now, I would like to go straight to the allegation by the OSP that SML did not provide any service yet was paid so much money. He said, and this allegation has whipped up some sort of sentiments, as though Mr. Duse just sat at home, he's crossed his legs, sipping on tea, he's not doing any work for government and just collecting money. And, the company was just used to siphon money from government. That is not true. And we are going to show you documentary evidence. And I'll borrow Sami Jemfi's words that, this is, the presentation is, we are showing you evidence, Now, the allegation. OSP alleged that SML did not provide any service to GRA, yet was paid huge sums of money. This can be verified by official correspondence from the Ghana Revenue Authority itself. You see, we don't need to do this to our institutions. One person cannot sit in Ghana Revenue Authority and do out money and give it to someone. No, it can never happen. It goes through a lot of processes. When you send reports, they will definitely they will verify, they will validate, they would, certify and all that before you are paid. It doesn't, when you make, you throw it in there like that, they didn't do anything. SML didn't do anything and they're just being paid money. The ordinary Ghanaian sitting there, of course, will be angry. And no, you see, we won't fault the journalists. Sometimes, journalists, you do your investigation, you may not have the capacity to find certain information, okay? But when an investigative body like the OSP makes such assertion, then that is serious. That is serious. Now, I'd like to refer you to two key correspondents. Can I have the Ghana Revenue Public Affairs Statement on the 20th December 2023, please? Please. I want you to give it to them, give it to all the journalists. I want Ghanaians to see what is in the document. I want Ghanaians to see it. And when somebody comes to stand there and then say all kinds of things without, throw all, kind of dust into the air, it's sad. Read for yourselves. Have independent mind. Look at that report, that letter. Also, I also want you, I told you I'm going to give you documents. Please give me the 14th October 2025 letter, which confirms the position that SML actually worked. This is letter from GRA themselves. Official documents. Official documentation. Please give it to all the journalists. This is as recent as 14th of October. And this is a letter that immediately OSP saw, quickly went and arrested the lawyer that signed it. Look at that lawyer. Do you know how many years he is at the bar? Do you think he will just write anything like that? And you think the lawyer will just write something without fact-checking or even asking questions from the powers that be within the GRA setup? Why are we doing this to our institutions? So please, we are giving you all these documents. Then you see that it's clearly stated in there that SML worked. And their contract, all the performance that they presented, the performance reports that they presented were validated, were verified, and they were paid. Moreover, SML's audit reports detected under declarations, misclassifications, and bonded warehouse leakages, leading to official post-entry adjustment and recovery actions by the GRA. Please, can I have the Auditor General's report? I mean, if you claim that, SML has let me just put it mildly, that SML has bought everybody as GRA. I mean, quote and unquote. How about the Auditor General? How about the Auditor General? Look at the letter. Auditor General's report, dated the 5th of November, 2020. This is and you conduct investigations and you leave out critical information like this because it will not go in the favor because you know it will go in the favor of SML. Please, we are providing you all these documents. Have an independent assessment of them and tell for yourself whether SML worked or not, and whether the payments given to SML are justifiable or not. In summary, the GRA and not SML retains the cost. They retain the. They are the custodians of the verified evidence of performance, and their letters affirm that SML delivered value, compliance, and measurable fiscal impact. The person benefiting from the services of SML is telling you that yes, I've benefited. Then you say no, SML has not done anything. Please read the reports for yourselves. Read the letters for yourselves. And tell the Ghanaian people whether SML has worked or not. Ladies and gentlemen, the OSPs claim that petroleum revenue gains since 2020 resulted from natural consumption increases is a fundamental misrepresentation. Before SML, Ghana lost 3.2 billion liters to leakages and under declarations within just 16 months for petrol, diesel, and LPG. When SML was deployed in May 2020, the gap reduced to 260 million liters. And guess what? And this was sustained for over 4.5 years. Data from MPA, and believe me, and look at this, it's not just MPO. The Bank of Ghana confirms this assertion. The Bank of Ghana, and somebody says nothing was done. Really? I mean, why are we doing this to our state institutions? This very same state institution is telling you that no, the people have worked. Now, SML closing loopholes. No, let me take that sentence again, please. The data from MPA and Bank of Ghana confirms that this was SML's closing loopholes and not natural growth, as claimed by the OSP. Please, you can fact check it. You can check from the Bank of Ghana if this data is correct or not. And the official records, this is what the official record states. The period between January 2019 to April 2020, that's pre-SML. Petroleum liftings by MPA was 6,387,335,043. That's the volumes. GRA taxable volume. Look at the difference. GRA taxable volume was 3,180,526,259 liters, and the gap alone was 3,206,808,783. Now, let's look at post SML, and this record is at the Bank of Ghana. Post SML, the liftings for petroleum was 7,404,385,362, and the taxable volume was 7 million. See how SML closed the gap. 7,143,521,507 liters, and the gap was 206,863,885. Now, what accounted for even that 260 million? This is what accounted for it. The residual volume of 260 million liters gap covers statutory exemptions and re-exports. That is what accounted for it. SML delivered precisely what GRE contracted it for, closing the historic gap between traded, please, and then these are the variables that the OSP missed. So you cannot pick just one variable, which is the traded volumes. You have to pick the taxable volumes. So the two have to work together, hand in hand. You know, so the OSP's assertion defies SML's role in the downstream, petroleum downstream. So, and therefore, SML did the work, and the data proves it. SML supervision within the sector showed a drastic monthly average increase of taxable volume from 207,885,058 liters to 450,175,163. Please, these figures, please fact check them. You know, you are the mouthpiece. We are taking it through you to the Ghanaian people. For the period January to December 2019 and May 2020 to April 2021, respectively, the increment in taxable volumes of the activities brought in an extra tax revenue. And please listen to this figure: 20,311,574,714, with a tax rate of 1 cedi 44 pesos per liter. Please fact check this. Please. Now we'll talk about the infrastructure that SML has brought in. Between April 2020 and January 2024, SML installed and commissioned meter systems across 25 petroleum depots nationwide. Each depot featured reliable power systems, remote terminal units, and robust SCADA systems for continuous data transmission. This ensures uninterrupted visibility of petroleum volumes from import discharge to depot release. Now, there's an assertion that OSP made on the way bill scanning and metering infrastructure. Please, let me correct this. A very fundamental misunderstanding in OSP's report regarding way bill scanning and the state of SML's metering infrastructure. First of all, SML's metering infrastructure has been under continuous 24-hour surveillance from the very first day of its deployment up to this moment. Up to this moment, I'm stressing on it. Up to this moment, the system uptime is 99.9%. It has never gone down, not for a single operational day. It's never. So the notion that SML resorted to way bill scanning because metering failed is technically impossible and factually incorrect. The meters have never failed. The way bill is the only document authenticated by every stakeholder involved in the petroleum liftings, and there is no legal point the OSP. There's no legal point. There's a legal point actually the OSP missed completely. If there is ever a dispute between an oil marketing company and the GRA over taxes, the only evidence is a physical way bill and not the data in DMS or ICOMS. No, it's a way bill. So what did SML do? See, the electronic data may support analysis, but it is a way bill that carries evidentiary weight in litigation. It's a way bill. So the OSP's conclusion that the way bill scanning was a sign of system failure simply shows a lack of understanding of the petroleum business in the downstream operations. SML used way bill authentication not because metering failed, but because it is a correct and risk-based method of resolving discrepancies outside the ICOMS and ERDMS, that ecosystem. That is the only, the OSP should have sought some education, respectfully, in the field before making that assertion. Because see, claiming that, SML resorted to way bill is incorrect, totally incorrect. Now, to ensure global standard accuracy, SML engaged certified Hollywood engineers from the United States, India, Egypt, South Africa, and the Philippines, all legally admitted under Ghana Immigration Service visas. For some, we can't give you those information, but we've sent them to the presidency. These international consultants worked alongside Ghanaian engineers during installation, calibration, and system integration phases. Now, catch this as well. Every system installation was jointly supervised by the GRA themselves, the depot officers, and validated by the Ghana Standards Authority. GRA officially certified SML's clamp on multi-phase ultrasonic flow meters as accurate and legally compliant measurement instrument. Please, can we have the Ghana Standards Authority letters? Please. And this is an institution. We are building institution. They have given letters. They have given certification. And somebody says no. Now, listen, SML, the OSP made an assertion on automatic tank gauging. Please, he got it all wrong there. SML voluntarily installed automatic tank gauging systems in the depots, even though it was not part of the contract, the original contract. Automatic tank gauging was not part of the contract, but SML installed it for a very reason, that they wanted some reassurance, because remember that SML's contract is based on performance. So the more they are able to give accurate measurement, that is where they also make money. So they decided to fix the automatic gauge system, and they fixed it on 8 of the depots, and all the rest are still sitting in the warehouse waiting to be deployed. But there have been some issues with some of the depots, that's why those ones haven't been installed. But it has got nothing to the metering. It has absolutely nothing. Now the remaining sites await approval for installation. The investment was made at SML's own cost, not the state, underscoring the company's commitment to physical accuracy and transparency. Now, SML's downstream system integrates order placing, meter readings, electronic way bills, tax reconciliations, and creating a closed-loop assurance network, and eliminates volume manipulation and strengthens revenue visibility. In effect, SML achieved a full depot coverage, redundant power backup, standard systems, and internationally certified data integrity, a model that surpasses the contractual obligation with GRA and sets a new industry benchmark for petroleum revenue assurance. That's what SML did. Now, this is the part that I feel sad when we denigrate our own institutions. The OSP claimed that SML worked in isolation and without institutional coordination. The record shows the opposite, and I'm going to share all with you. I'm sharing every single one with you, so you make the decision yourselves, whether we are telling the truth or is the OSP spewing falsehood. Between 2020 and 2024, an extensive documentary trail demonstrates structured collaboration between GRA, MPA, Ministry of Finance, GNPC, Petroleum Commission, Ghana Standards Authority, and key industry operators. Now, please give the letter from MPA, dated 10 February 2020, and check who signed. Please look at it. Who signed that letter? Al Hassan Tampoli. Please also look at the GRA SML Ghana National Petroleum Commission correspondence, April 2023, and check who signed it. Why are we doing this to ourselves? And you see, because SML is an entity, I mean, they do not speak much. In fact, the owner himself doesn't speak much. He's a man of few words. So all we're waiting for is for them to finish their investigations, and then we go and prove or disprove, we disprove whatever they will put across. If it's negative to us, then you don't do that. Then you call a presser and make SML look like as if, oh no, it's sad. Please, the Petroleum Commission Exchange. I want that correspondence. Please, June 2023. Please give it to the media people as well. Hand them to them, please. Now, there are tons of Ministry of Finance memos. Ministry of Finance memos from August 2023. Please hand them. And there's MPA circulars, September 2023 and July 2024. Please hand them all to them. I want the general, let them see for themselves. Let them see for themselves. Hand them all to them. These are official documents. Official documents. There's a Ghana Standards Authority certification, October to November 2024. Please give it to the journalist. Tell our story for us, and the lies should stop. The falsehood should stop. If somebody wants their job, please go and lobby for it. But don't tarnish anybody's image. Don't tarnish SML's image to go and get a job. Don't do that. Now, this multi-agency chain confirms sustained policy alignment, technical supervision, and ministerial endorsement, fully disproving the allegation of non-collaboration. SML's work exists within a coordinated institutional ecosystem and not in a vacuum as alleged by the OSP. Now, the OSP made an assertion that SML ICOMs, there was some fracas and there was some, let me explain that to you, please. Another key misconception in the OSP's report is a claim that SML's role became redundant after the introduction of ICOMs. This is disproven by GRA's own letter, GRA. Please, this is very, very, very important. Please give me the letter of 5th June 2020. GRA's own letter, signed by the Commissioner General. As for the insinuations of, I'm not lawyer for any of them, so I would only speak for SML. But really, I don't know why OSP insinuates. Give facts, not insinuations. The correspondence confirms SML's integration within ICOMs as an external validation layer and not a redundant entity. The deliberate omission of this very important letter in the OSP's report tells a skewed and prejudiced mind in the investigations it conducted. SML's mandate under ICOMS provided the state with an independent control mechanism to monitor digital systems output and detect abnormalities that internal users might overlook or override. A best practice governance safeguard and not a duplication. It's never a duplication. The question here to ask is, how can ICOMS provided an assurance on its own platform? How can that happen? Now, I'd like to speak on the parliamentary approval distortion. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, another major misconception and misrepresentation by the OSP relates to the claim that the contract between SML and the government of Ghana required parliamentary approval under Section 33(1) of the Public Financial Management Act. This claim is factually incorrect and inconsistent with national practice. Let me be clear on this. The GRA SML contract did not create any multi-year financial obligation. It didn't. There was no debt exposure, no contingent liability. In fact, no contingent liability on government. Absolutely no, none. Now, under the law, those are the only circumstances in which parliamentary approval is triggered. In fact, the opposite is true. And please, capture this very well for us, for the people of Ghana to understand. SML funded 100% of the project from its own resources. Every tool, every meter, every server, every solar system, every ICT device, every fiber link, every installation was imported, installed, operated, and maintained at SML's own cost. And more importantly, SML paid all import duties, VAT, levies, and statutory charges, exceeding over 500 million Ghana cedis. And this excludes actual investment. So, if you want to rush to terminate, we are there. You will pay for all that. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Government did not pay a peswa. Government did not guarantee anything. Government did not provide capital or assume any risk. In fact, government had zero exposure. Zero exposure. Now, payments to SML were not guaranteed, okay, and they were not fixed. In fact, they were not automatic, as being banded around. No, they were strictly performance-based. So when you issue your monthly reports, then VRA does the verifications, and then through through their acceptance and all that, and then they do certification. So it is untrue. So untrue that SML was just not doing anything. They were not presenting monthly, reports. They were just being paid. It's untrue. Now, this model has absolutely no resemblance to the type of contracts that require parliamentary approvals. And please, I want to add to this, for decades, no multi-year contract within GRA, MPA, customs or related agencies, now including West Blue, GCNet, Ghana Link, that's true, ICOMS, the ICOMS operators, Electronic Cargo tracking service provider, Rock Africa. MPA fuel marking service provider, National Technology Limited. ERDMS. None of these contracts, not even one. So the question is simple. Why is the OSP signaling out SML for a requirement that has never been applied to any other wholly Ghanaian company operating in the same regulatory environment? Why? In fact, there is no precedent, absolutely not, none. Therefore, there is no factual justification that to the assertion by the OSP. The evidence we have presented to the presidency and the Attorney General shows clearly that the OSP's position is based on a misclassification of the contract. In fact, we have taken heaps and tons of documents to the presidency for them to take their time to, analyze it. And I'm sure they will have a second thought on the termination thing. They will. But if they don't, whatever is due us, we'll take it. SML's contract was lawful, compliant, risk-free to government, and aligned with long-standing public sector practice. Now, I'd like to address some other matters that the OSP mentioned in his presser. Now, the OSP's assertion that 125 million Ghana cedis is to be recovered by the state from SML has no factual and evidentiary basis. It is mere conjecture, and he's just whipping up unnecessary sentiments against SML. In fact, the letters we have given you, the 14th October letter from GRA, they stated clearly that SML has discharged all its duties. SML did everything. In fact, maybe I should read that letter verbatim. Can I have that letter? On a letter, the one signed by the head of legal at the GRA. I got it. Thank you. Got it. Thank you. Reference is made to your letter dated. It's headed response to request for records relating to SML Ghana Limited, January 2019 to December 2024. Reference is made to your letter dated 9th October 2025, requesting for information and records relating to work undertaken by SML Ghana Limited and payments made to the company by the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, for the period January 2019 to December 2024. Now, 1. The records confirming work undertaken. The authority's records confirm that SML Limited undertook work relating to transaction audits and external price verification services and revenue assurance in the petroleum downstream sector, in accordance with the contractual agreements executed with the GRA. Relevant reports and technical documentation covering the work done are available and may be reviewed upon request. The documents are cited with GRA. Evidence of payment. Evidence of all payments made to SML Ghana Limited from January 2019 to December 2024 is available and has been compiled. Attached herewith are copies of the payment schedules. Now, total monies paid. The total amount paid to SML Ghana Limited between January 2019 and December 2024 amounts to 1,437,041,835 Ghana cedis. And it breaks down, I don't want to waste your time. So since you have a copy of it, okay, clearly, GREO, they themselves have confirmed that SML, undertook work with them. GRE, their own letter, official document, and it's signed by a very senior lawyer. Please, you can have this. Now, as I said, things that do not relate to SML, I will not comment on it because I'm lawyer for only SML. I'm not lawyer for Ken Ofori-Atta. So I will not make comments with regards to some of the assertions he made in his presser regarding Ken Ofori-Atta. I will not do that. Even for GRA, I wouldn't have mentioned it, but this letter is very important. That's why I reference it. And you see, Mr. Evans Eduse, yes, he's a timber merchant. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, our own father, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is a farmer. He touts it that he's a farmer. But it doesn't preclude him from having innovative ideas. So if he takes the Auditor General's report and he looks at it, in fact, as we sit now, presently, there's Public Accounts Committee hearings going on. Are there not? Yes. So if somebody sits and looks at it and says, this thing, there's gap here, there's this, that is that. Let me see how I can fix the problem. Okay? I can own an aeroplane. I don't need to know how to fly it. I'll bring in a person who know how to fly it. And that's exactly what SML did. Yes, it's a timber merchant. In a sarcastic manner in which, the OSP describes it, a timber merchant. And so what? Does it preclude him from having innovative ideas? You see, if other investigative institutions had done this investigation, I'm sure they would have done better. And I'm not surprised that the Attorney General requested for the docket. You see, because the Dominic Ayene we all know is too meticulous. He will not allow such thing. I mean, he will not, churn out such a report. He will never do that. Before he speaks, he knows exactly what he's going to talk about. He will not conjecture. He will not insinuate. He will not do that. It will appear. It will seem. What is that? And these are people's hard-earned reputation. SML has built on their reputation, and they are still in the process of building it. And you just use few minutes and you want to, you say all kinds of things against the company. That's so unfair. So unfair. And you see, again, the OSP rubbishes every other report. In fact, even the KPMG's report, he rubbishes it. The part that goes in favor of SML. He said, I don't agree with it. I disagree. And so what? KPMG has more knowledge in that field. And they have come out with a report. So you are picking and choosing. In fact, it is the basis for which we took our response to the presidency. Because you see, I believe that the person of the president's caliber, he will not make decisions just like that. So perhaps he hasn't seen our side of the story. So maybe in the principle, in the light of audio autonomy party room, we want him to look at our side of the story. That the assertions that he hasn't worked, SML hasn't worked, SML hasn't done this. We have sent all the documents to him. He should look at it and tell the Ghanaians, is it true that SML didn't work? Yet we're being paid. That is the basis for which we've taken all those documents to the presidency and then also to the Attorney General. Because for me, the presumption, yes, we know that the termination directive as presumptively will be that it is the Attorney General per Article 88, that because Attorney General is the government's lawyer, So perhaps they know. But I can tell, I believe strongly that Attorney General was not the one who advised government to do that. I can believe, I'm so sure. Because he's too meticulous. Attorney General will never do that. I believe strongly. And then you see, right after OSP's presser, then they went on a barrage of media campaigns. I mean, an entire week, OSP staff are in Yiadom FM, are here, are there, running the company down. You see, so if, like I said, as lawyers, we only do our talk in a courtroom. But if we sit down, by the time the matter even gets to court, you'd have tarnished, the company. The company would have been, and people will not even understand. Because see, with all these documents, if this matter ends up in court, the balance will tilt more towards SML, frankly. I mean, because, and Ghanaians may not understand. People will not understand. But these people, OSP said they were not doing anything, and now the court has ruled in their favor or something like that. I mean, we don't want that to happen. That is why, and we don't want Ghanaians to have the wrong impression. That is why we are organizing this, to make Ghanaians understand. Through you, these documents must be seen by Ghanaians. They must be seen. And make the judgment by themselves. And I believe strongly this afternoon, since the documents have gotten to the presidency, they will review their decision. They will review it because perhaps their decision to direct for the contract to be terminated was without seeing some of these documents. But as I said, contract of service, I mean, we all know contract of service is not contract of servitude. We cannot force ourselves on government. SML cannot force itself on government to work. I mean, it can't force to work with government. If government wants to terminate a contract, of course, that's fine. Government we will go through the process, and what is due SML, we take it. And in an investment overlay, will be told everybody. The huge investments that have gone into, all the, the equipment and all that have been brought. Ladies and gentlemen, SML's record is one of institutional compliance, technological excellence, and measurable fiscal contribution. The company has operated under constant oversight from Ghana Revenue Authority, National Petroleum Authority, the Standards Authority, Ministry of Finance, and other stakeholders. The SML's installations have digitalized petroleum flow tracking. SML's audits have enhanced custom valuation integrity, and SML's collaboration have aligned public and private capabilities towards national revenue protection. SML's work has never been secretive. It's never been secretive, has been, alleged. You see, and President Mahama always says something. I mean, he always says something that, you see, when a lie is told over and over and over again, then it will it will appear to people will begin to look at it as a truth. We want to disabuse the falsehood. That's why we have shared all these documents with you. The lies ought to stop. I mean, if anybody wants that job, please go through the right mail and get it. Go and lobby and get it. But don't run around and make comments tarnishing the image of SML. Even to the extent that, the company even belongs to Ken Oforiatta. Please, in fact, let me make this point. If there is one person who has been a disservice to SML, it's Ken Oforiatta. Let me explain to you. If there's one person who has been a disservice to SML and its operation, it's Ken Oforiatta. Remember that this contract is a performance-based contract, okay? For 10 months, from the inception of SML, when they did their work, for 10 months, they were never paid. They were never paid. I mean, I can't begrudge Ken Ofori-Atta so much with that, because he also needed to be sure that SML is delivering what he says it is. So he made the Ghana Audit Service. They had to audit SML before first payment was done. Now let me tell you even the shocking one, the service to SML. Every equipment that SML brought in, Ken Ofori-Atta refused to give SML exemption. SML paid for it. This is a company that OS is forcing down Ghanaians' throat that it belongs to Ken Ofori-Atta, or Ken has interest in it. So if he has interest, would he not just allow them to bring, give them exemptions so that the thing will go smoothly? Let's be careful. Let's be careful how we treat other Ghanaians. Evans Eduse also has blood running through his veins. Don't force what is not there to be there. Don't do that. And because he doesn't talk much, you run him down like that. So please, it is untrue that Ken Ofori-Atta has interest in SML. It's untrue. SML is an independent, it is wholly for Evans Eduse. It's wholly for him. And for a serious investigative organization like the OSP, you do not work with insinuations. You don't say it will appear as if, it looks like. You don't work with that. Well, circumstantial evidence, but you see, you have to be, when you're piecing them together, you have to be careful. And then you don't come and run down the person like that. You don't do that. So I believe that today's presser, Senior Counsel, one or two you want to add, please? Okay. All right. So the presser is mainly to stop the misinformation and also to let Ghanaians know that we have presented evidence to the presidency showing that everything the OSP said was untrue, and for them to relook at the termination directive. But like I said, if they are minded to continue, we have no qualms. We are okay. We will just have to go through the processes so that whatever is due SML is paid to them. It's as simple as that. But if Ghana has so much money that a company that is doing well, that is helping assure, revenue assurance, and you want to just abrogate the contract, you want to terminate it and pay huge money to the person and re-award it, well, for us, we have nothing to say. But if after reviewing and you think that you have to, okay, then let the contract run. Let it run its term. So please, that is all I have for you. But my tree is not too good, but I can let you have body tougher. It's impeccable. But yes, I can summarize it in three. All right, say, lawyers for SML. Myself, name me Leonard Friend. Ohineba Eduse Kuku. My name is Cephas Boyo, actually. Yeah. Yeah, can I say, the documents response for SML on the termination directive, no, Akuma, the presidency. Say, Omun Shim, say, ye GDP, say, Nyomabi Woha, Omun.
Oh, you just had that